Hey everyone, this is Heidi Gusted with another crochet tutorial. In this video, we are going to tackle the popular and addictive ripple stitch. To work the ripple stitch, you need to start out by chaining a multiple of 11 stitches. So for demonstration's sake, I have 22 chain stitches on my hook right here. So to do this foundation row, we need to double crochet once in the fourth chain from our hook. So 1, 2, 3, and there's the fourth one, and we're going to double crochet right into it. Easy enough. Next, what we've got to do is double crochet 2 times. So double crochet in the next stitch once, and double crochet in the next stitch after that. Like so. All right, so in the next chain, what we've got to do is double crochet 1, chain 2, and double crochet 1, all in this next chain. So what that does is it creates a little bit of an opening that gives us some space, a chain space to be exact, a chain space to work into to create the ripples of our ripple stitch. So this double crochet 1, chain 2, double crochet 1 in the same stitch is an important part of our foundation row that we're working right here. And there is that last double crochet. So you can see those were worked in the same stitch, and we've got this opening right here where my finger is. Now what we've got to do is an easy double crochet 4. So there is 1, 2, 3, and one more makes 4. And now what we've got to do is skip the next 2 chains before we double crochet 4 again. So we're going to skip this one and this one and double crochet 4 times. And what that does is the opposite of that, of what we did when we did the double crochet 1, chain 2, double crochet 1 in the same stitch. This just makes our row, we see that we kinked up or chevroned up or zigzagged up in this direction, and then by skipping those 2 chains down here, it creates a kink or a zigzag or a chevron in the opposite direction, which is where the ripple stitch gets its shape. So these are important things to be doing, particularly in our foundation row. There's 2. 3, and 4. And now we need to do another one of those double crochet 1, chain 2, double crochet 1 in the next chain to create another zig in our ripple stitch. So there is our first double crochet in that chain, chain 2, and double crochet in it once again. Voila. Now we finish out this foundation row with 4 double crochet stitches. Three, and 4. And so once I finish this stitch, I can show you what this foundation row should look like and just how well it sets up our ripple stitch as a whole. Okay, there we go. So looking at this laid flat, once again, you can see that we've got zigzag, zigzag. And if we look at that done in my swatch as a whole, you can see how well throughout the body of the ripple stitch those zigzags continue. So now let me show you the row that you're going to repeat over and over again to continue working this stitch. So that's our foundation row. That's the only time you have to work that row. So for row 1, which is the row we repeat over and over, we're going to start out with a chain 3, which counts as our first double crochet stitch. And then we're going to turn our work. Okay? Next, what we've got to do is double crochet the next 2 stitches together. So to do that, we yarn over once, insert our hook in the next stitch, yarn over and draw up a loop, and now there's 2 loops on our hook. We yarn over, insert our hook into the next stitch, draw up a loop, yarn over, and draw through 2. And now with the 3 loops on our hook, we yarn over and draw our hook through all 3 at once. Then we continue on double crocheting in the next 2 stitches. So there's 1 and 2. And now we are at our chain space. And into that chain space, we're going to work a double crochet, chain 2, and double crochet, just like we did in that foundation row. But instead of working into just a single chain, we're working into a chain space, which actually is much faster because we're not wrestling with hooking through that initial chain. So there we go. And you know you're doing it correctly when all of the openings from your chain space line up vertically like this throughout your swatch, okay? Next, what we've got to do is double crochet in the next 4 stitches. So there is 1, 2, 3, and 4. Then we skip the next 2 stitches, which are lined up right over that gap we should have right under them from that foundation. So we skip 2 and then we double crochet again. And we double crochet 4 times. So here's 1 of 4. 2, 3, and 4. And now we're back at a chain space. So you might know what's next. We double crochet, chain 2, and double crochet in that chain space. And then if we're working over a wider number of stitches, you'd be doing a repeat here. But now that we're at the last 5 stitches, we need to double crochet twice. So there's 1 double crochet in 1 stitch, another double crochet in the next stitch. And then we finish this row out with a double crochet 2 together, just like we did at the beginning of the row. And then we do a double crochet into the top of our turn chain. And row 1 is complete. So again, you'll repeat row 1 over and over again to continue your ripple stitch longer. And a look at that here, repeated over and over again, you can see all of those spaces lining up perfectly straight, just like they should to form that ripple stitch. If you have any comments or questions, don't hesitate to reach out in the comments section and tune in again soon for even more video tutorials.